Hey everybody, happy fall, happy Squat-tober. It is a really nice, cool day here in the Atlanta area. So this is the last video in a series on squatting. In the last video, Robbie did the goblet squat, and in this video he does the front-loaded barbell squat. So just to review a little bit of why we did this squatting series in the first place, I want you to take a look at these kids squatting. And of course they're squatting pumpkins because it's October. But look how easy that movement is for them, and look how natural it is to them. And for most of us, it has been a natural movement most of our lives, but I think a lot of us just stopped squatting at some point. But as we talked about in the first video, the majority of us may not squat all the way to the ground like those kids, but we still do a lot of squatting just in everyday movements. So that's my first point, in that we all squat quite a bit whether we want to or not, which leads to point number two, which is why we showed you these exercises, that you need to become very strong at squatting, which also leads to point number three, in that I think somebody who is strong at squatting is the person who is least likely to hurt their back, because if you are strong at the squatting motion and have good strength in your glutes and your quads, then you're a lot less likely to bend over the wrong way or to lift something heavy and hurt yourself. So here is Ravi to show you the next progression in squatting, the front-loaded barbell squat.
Welcome back to the last part of the squat series. So in the past few weeks we've talked about progressing the squat pattern, including an air squat and a goblet squat. Today what we're going to do is touch on a front squat. So at some point when you're doing a goblet squat, you can only hold so much weight in your hands. So a great way to progress that is to do the front squat to continue to load that pattern. So the good benefits of a front squat is to make sure that you have the bar upright, but it also works on your anterior core. So if you don't have a good tall position, you'll dump the bar forward. So it works on your anterior core, and then when we're squatting down, we're building more strength and size with our legs.
That's good.
So the first thing that's important is to make sure you're lining up the bar appropriately. So what we want to do is set the hooks at about shoulder height, and then that way the bar comes right up to your shoulders. And so what we want to do is create a shelf on our shoulders right here and our collarbones. So I'm going to come into this rack position here, centering the bar, and just lift up just like this, and then back down. Like this, and then back down. So getting comfortable having that bar on the front rack position is very important before we start progressing into the squat pattern. So there are three different ways to hold the bar once you feel comfortable with that front rack position. One way is to be crossing our arms just like this. And then the other two ways are to use your hands underneath or your two fingers. So a lot of times people use their two fingers because they lack some wrist flexibility. So that's what I typically do. So we'll go into a rack like this, and then just being comfortable here. And so the key point here is a lot of times people will dump their elbows down. So we want to make sure to keep our elbows up. You want your arms parallel to the ground the entire time whenever you step back for a squat position, okay? All right, so we're going to step into the rack, have the bar rested on our shoulders, take one step back, get our stance just like we talked about in the past few weeks, shoulder width apart, toes point slightly out, keeping our elbows up tight, and squat straight down, and then back up. Once again. All right, and then we'll just re-rack the position and let go. All right, so these are the basic components to a front squat. Give it a shot and let us know what you think.
Thank you for watching our video series on squatting. If you have any questions or think you can't squat, please let me know. I would be happy to help you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.